Hello everybody, welcome to our first official scrimmage match for our Horde Silver team. We'll be taking on the Triangle Samurai today from North Carolina. So we're just getting things set up. Another 10 minutes or so, hopefully we'll be starting this match. This is a best of 3 control. We'll be playing Ilios, Lajing Towers, and Nepal today. So it should be a lot of fun. So to kick things off, I'm going to play a little overview video for those parents, grandparents, family, friends that are watching from home. This will give you a little insight into what to look for each one of these matches. So let's go ahead and kick off one of these videos, and then we'll come back once we're ready to actually start the match. Thanks.
Blitz Esports releases new videos every week. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out.
So you want to watch the Overwatch League. You're not alone, but no matter if you're a veteran esports fan or a newcomer, you can agree on one thing. Watching the game isn't always easy. Even if you've played Overwatch before, it's tough to sort out the visual clutter on broadcast and keep track of heroes, teams, or plays at any one time. And that's what we're here to help you with today. This is your Overwatch League Viewer's Guide. To start off, we'll assume you're aware of the fundamentals of Overwatch, the basic gameplay, heroes, and the concepts of cooldowns and abilities. If you're really starting from square one though, check out the video in the description for a quick rundown before we get into things. Ready? Okay, let's talk about the rules of engagement. If you've ever watched football, you know the rules of engagement. The offense and defense set up behind their linemen, and after the snap, players on either side do specific jobs to either advance the ball or stop it. Teams in Overwatch work in a similar way. There's a front line, usually made up of 2 tank heroes with high health and low damage. These are the linemen of Overwatch, who score fewer points, in this case kills, but contribute by starting fights, protecting teammates, and holding key positions on the map. Then there's the back line, where more vulnerable support heroes heal their teammates and provide unique tools, like bonus speed or causing enemies to take more damage. And finally, there are the DPS heroes. Their job is to do the most damage to the enemy team. These are your star wide receivers and running backs, making the flashy, high-impact plays that result from proper team coordination.
One right now, and look at it. He's just taking another angle. Oh my God! Oh, there we go, Saya! Triple kill from him. The huge plays, just tombing him. Get out, Valiant.
A play or team fight in professional Overwatch sees both teams of 6 grouping up and starting a fight over an objective, whether it's a cart that needs to be pushed to the end of a track or control of a certain area on the map. Usually, one of the tanks will engage onto the other team to start, but a well-placed shot by a DPS can score an early kill and force a fight to break out. Priority targets are typically backline supports or low-health damage dealers, but teams will focus down anyone if they're out of position. So we've established how teams organize themselves into roles and how each typical fight will go. But how do I know who's winning the fight and who should I be looking at? Allow me to direct your attention to the heads-up display. We'll take it step by step. Up here are portraits with the players, their hero, along with their health and progress towards their ultimate. The more ultimates a team has ready, the more likely they are to win the fight through sheer firepower and utility. Down below, you see what the player sees: their health, ammo, ultimate progress, and ability cooldowns. And finally, home teams will have their primary colors throughout the screen and across in-game effects, while the away team plays in white. It's nice info, but it's a lot to keep track of in the middle of a chaotic fight. And that's where the most useful bit comes in: the kill feed. This area of the screen will notify you of key happenings throughout the game, no matter whose angle you're viewing from. Mainly, it lets you know when a player has killed another player and who assisted in the kill. But it also tells how that kill happened, whether by a basic attack, ultimate, or just jumping off the map to regroup. It'll also show when a player destroys certain structures or attacks. For example, Junkrat's Riptire is not a player per se, but it's important enough that the kill feed will show if it's been destroyed. The same goes for D.Va's mech, Orisa's ultimate, Torb's turret, and Symmetra's teleporter. Lastly, in the specific case of Mercy, the kill feed will also show you if a player has been resurrected. It may sound counterintuitive that looking away from the action provides the most information, but keeping an eye on the kill feed is the best way to know what's happening. That's because the most important factor in who will win a fight is simple man advantage. The more players alive on your team, the more likely you are to win the fight, and the stats back this up. The team with the first kill wins the fight 3 out of 4 times. If you're watching the kill feed, you'll always have a good idea of what direction a fight is going in. Now let's put everything we've learned so far together and see how these techniques can help keep track of a massive, cluttered fight. In this play from the Grand Finals of Season 1, the London Spitfire have 1 more minute to push the payload against the Philadelphia Fusion. Both teams are composed similarly. Philly is using the standard 2 tank, 2 support, 2 DPS lineup, while London have traded in 1 DPS for a 3rd support hero that's tanky enough to play with the front line. The players get into formation and prepare for a fight to break out, and we see that each team has 3 ultimates. However, London has 2 players with their ults nearly charged. Once the fight breaks out, their most valuable resources will be coming up first, so slight advantage to them. The London frontline tanks start by engaging on the enemy team. While their Winston jumps in from the side, D.Va uses her ultimate to throw a bomb that forces Philly to give up their positioning. This makes Philly's Mercy use her ultimate, granting a burst of mobility and healing to keep the team alive through the onslaught. The Mercy and one of Philly's DPS heroes, their Hanzo, hide from the bomb behind the cart. However, Hanzo isn't hidden well enough, and he gives up the first kill in the fight. With man advantage secured, London is all in on the attack. Philly's Winston tries to keep the fight from moving into the backline, but London's Winston engages onto star DPS player Carpe, taking him out of the fight. Philly is able to resurrect their Hanzo at the same time though, keeping London at only a 6-on-5 advantage. These happen almost simultaneously on opposite ends of the screen, but luckily, the kill feed is keeping track. With a major DPS threat down, London targets the Philly backline, trapping them between 2 walls of blue. From here, ultimate attacks start flying from off-screen and the action gets a little tough to follow. All in all, 5 players use their ults in the span of just a few seconds, and you may think that a lot happens in the chaos, but the kill feed tells us the real story. Philly scored only 1 kill, which was quickly erased through a resurrection by London's Mercy. Once the dust clears, the fight is actually back to even, and the teams get back into formation. London DPS Birdring uses his ult to initiate and catches the enemy Mercy out of position. It's a massive kill. The most valuable part of the backline goes down early and makes for a huge London advantage. They press the attack, and London looks like they get 2 kills here, sealing the deal. But remember, killing D.Va counts as 2 events in the kill feed, one for her mech and one for her, so it's not quite as over as it seems. It doesn't get much better though, as London takes down Philly's Zenyatta, the last player on their backline. All seems lost, but Carpe gets a key kill onto London's backline, taking their Zenyatta, and crucially his ultimate, out of the fight. It's now 5-on-3 for London, but Philly respawn close by, and their tank makes the smart play to back up and regroup for a proper team fight. With all 6 players alive and London's Zenyatta still on his way back, Philly have something they haven't had yet: man advantage. Winston engages to stop the cart, and once D.Va catches up, they force London to fight on the objective, letting their teammates stay safe from view. Philly's Winston eventually falls, and we're down to a 5-on-5 fight. But he's bought enough time for a big play. Carpe comes through off-screen with a headshot onto the enemy DPS, London's only major damage dealer on the field. From there, we see what a real teamfight victory looks like. Philly scores a kill on London's D.Va and resurrect their tank, making it 6v4 for Philly. Desperation abilities fly from London, including their own res, but the numbers advantage is too much. Philly whittles the Spitfire down, and with the kill feed all in white, the Fusion take the round.
Also on the Mercy, desperately trying to keep his tanks up, but it's not going to be enough. Philadelphia Fusion make a statement here. They'll take map 1. Once again, digging their heels in at the end of Dorado. History repeats itself and they're off to a good start.
Competitive Overwatch can be a mess to follow at times, but if you can understand how team compositions play out, how fights work on a basic level, and how to use the kill feed and other in-game cues to follow the action, you'll be well on your way to breaking down the game with the best of them.
Blitz Esports releases new videos every week. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're hopefully getting started here soon. We're just waiting on a couple players at this point, and they are still getting set up down there in North Carolina. So we'll play another video for you and hopefully come back here soon with some match play.
Esports is a multi-billion-dollar industry. We're taking that and we're delivering it to elementary and middle school kids.
Yo, you guys are getting pretty wrecked by me. Dad, all right, push up with me, push up with me.
We're bridging the gap between conventional athletics and competitive gaming. We have kids working on the same technology that the pros are training to improve their skills.
When did you lose? When did you lose? Why did you lose? Like the games that you lost, why did you lose?
Through a partnership with the Positive Coaching Alliance, our coaches go through a double goal certification. They learn not only how to work through the strategies of the different games they're playing, but they also work through how to impact these kids' lives in a positive way. They get to mark and highlight behaviors and attributes that will lead to long-term life skills. You love being Battle Mercy.
Yes, Battle Mercy.
No, it's not. Why don't you tell us your favorite move that Mercy does? So what brought me to XP League is the experience of my children. I had always hoped and wanted them to be a part of a youth athletics team. So I realized they all love competitive gaming. So why not marry their passion with what I'm hoping for them to learn and achieve and put healthy, solid values in place in something that the kids want to do and are excited about doing.
Yes, Boop Steve!
Experience points. Every game awards experience points. And what we built here is an experience. Professional level equipment, the top tier partners in esports. They're also getting the experience of sportsmanship values, of working with mentors and coaches, and of being part of the team. It's all about the experience.
I need you. I need you. Nice. Go. Move in. Now. Push in. We don't have to dead. Good game.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are still working on getting set up here. This is our last scrimmage of the season, so this is our last opportunity to get all the bugs worked out and get everything working well. So we're going to throw it into the dojo. We got Coach Jeff in there. Let's do some player interviews.
Trial version.
All right.
Trial version.
What's up, bud? What's your gamer tag? You remember your gamer
Trial
tag?
version.
No? Well, what's your name?
Jackson.
What is it?
Jackson.
Okay. And what are you playing today?
Trial version.
What, support or DPS, or are you playing tank? There we go. Very cool. Awesome. All right. Cool. What's your name?
Trial version.
All right. Very cool. And what are you playing there, Barbara? You're playing. Is it support, DPS? DPS, all right. Make sure you shout out there, buddy. What's your name?
Trial version.
And what are you playing, Declan?
I'm playing, like, for the whole thing.
Are you playing
Trial
support,
version.
DPS?
Support.
Support, all right. Excellent. And what is your name?
Cameron.
And what's your gamer tag?
Metal Maniac 61.
Okay, very cool. And what are you playing?
I'm playing damage right now.
You're
Trial
playing
version.
damage. Very nice. Oh, that looks like you're playing a Hanzo. Sweet. All right, what's your name, buddy?
I am
Trial
Ethan.
Hi,
version.
Ethan. What's your gamer tag?
Asian Seth.
All right. Very cool. And what are you playing?
I am playing,
Trial version.
Looks like you're playing Wrecking Ball, but right now, okay, so you're going to play DPS Genji?
Yeah.
All
Trial
right, very
version.
cool.
I want to kill myself.
Very sweet. All right, man. Back to you in the studio.
Trial version.
All right, thanks, Coach Jeff, with the player interviews. Like I said, we're still waiting to get set up here, working out the kinks on the other side in North Carolina. But that goes, hopefully work out all the bugs before the season starts. We'll try not to bore you too much longer with videos, but here's another instructional video on Overwatch. We all could use the additional education. I know a lot of us are still learning on this end as well, with some of the more detailed, intricate elements of Overwatch. There's a lot to this game, really exciting, in-depth, strategic game. So let's go ahead and watch this video, and we'll be right back.
In the Overwatch League, the action is fast and frantic. To help you get the most out of your viewing experience, here are 3 things to focus on. First, the objective tracker. Want to know who's winning the map? Start here. The objective tracker shows each team's current score, objective progress, and remaining time available. Teams may start a round using one strategy, but then change it drastically as their remaining time dwindles. Each round ends when the attacking team runs out of time and they don't have any players on the objective. However, if the attackers remain on the objective as time runs out, the round enters overtime. Overtime extends indefinitely until the defenders can clear the objective of all attackers. Second, the unit frames. This is where you can see which heroes each team's players are using and the current status of those heroes. Each team's roster is separated by role. The damage players are on the left, the tank players are in the middle, and the support players are on the right. Eliminated players are grayed out until they respawn. Any status effects like hacks, stuns, or sleeps are also highlighted. The unit frames also show each hero's progress towards earning their ultimates, sometimes referred to as the ult economy. Checking each team's ult economy is a great way to determine which teams will have the advantage in the next team fight. So, look for teams to combo big offensive ultimates for maximum firepower and to save their powerful defensive ultimates to withstand enemy engagements. The unit frames and objective tracker are great places to look before and after fights, but when the action gets heated, keep your eyes on the kill feed. The kill feed shows you when a hero is eliminated and who on the enemy team is responsible. The kill feed also shows how the hero was eliminated. A white arrow signifies a basic attack. A bold arrow signifies a headshot. And if an elimination is scored with an ability, whether basic or ultimate, the kill feed shows that too. In addition to eliminations, the kill feed also shows the destruction of important objects like Torbjorn's turret, anyone that Mercy resurrects, and important ultimates blocked by D.Va's defense matrix. There's a lot of info to process during a game of Overwatch, but by referencing 3 simple parts of the screen, the objective tracker, the unit frames, and the kill feed, you're sure to catch every small moment of every big play.
All right, welcome back. We're still just waiting on the other side, the other team to get set up. They are working through some issues with their previous match and hopefully wrapping those up soon. So we'll be back here shortly with hopefully get some play started. We do have another match directly following this, so if you're tuning in early, we do have a 4:30 match taking place with the Franklin Knights. That'll be our Hanover Heroes team. So we'll be back shortly with hopefully starting some gameplay. So we'll be back here shortly. All right. If you're watching us online, we appreciate your patience. We are still getting set up on the North Carolina side of the house. We are ready to go on this end. Hopefully just another couple minutes and we'll get the match kicked off. And we'll be ready to get started here shortly. So stay with us and we'll be right back. Hello everybody, my name is Josh and I want to introduce you to two clubs we're offering here at Code Ninjas Hanover. They're Minecraft Club and Roblox Club. If you have a Minecraft or Roblox fanatic in your house and they're between 7 to 14 years old, get them enrolled in these clubs. They're going to have a really good time. These clubs run on Mondays. Minecraft Club runs 5:30 to 6:30 and Roblox Club runs 6:30 to 7:30, and they're going to teach your kids how to develop games within Minecraft and Roblox. Minecraft uses a software called mCreator, which will teach them how to use, and it builds mod packs so they can develop their own Galacticraft, their own Spider-Man version of Minecraft. Really, the sky's the limit as creative as they want to get with mCreator. Roblox uses Roblox Studio, which is a great 3D game development environment. It also teaches them how to work in 3D design and understanding the physics of working in a 3D game development environment. So both softwares are great. The other added benefit of this is that you kids will be able to take this software home and install on their own computer. So it's not just the 1 hour a week they'll be able to work here. They'll be able to continue to work on what they learned at home. Each one of these clubs is $89 a month, or if you sign up for both and you want them here for the 2 consecutive hours for the club, it's $159 a month. So a little bit of cost savings there. So these slots are expected to fill up quickly. We have just a few left, so if you want to get them enrolled, get them enrolled. The clubs start in October, and we look forward to seeing your ninjas here at the center. All right, welcome back, everybody. You can see we're starting to get the Triangle team pulled into the lobby. So once we get some of these players moved around and invited in, we'll be ready to start. We do have a 6-on-6 match we're playing today. It's a control match, which means the point of this is to take control of the point as quickly as possible and then hold off the point until your percentage for your team goes from 0 to 100%. When you reach 100%, you win the map. All right, so hopefully we'll get these players in here. We will be playing Ilios as our first map today. So this is the same series of maps that we played if you watched our gold match the previous on Tuesday. These are the same series of maps that we'll play today. All right, so let me see if I can invite some more teammates in, and then we'll be started here shortly. I'll just go to a quick break and hopefully come back to active play. All right, welcome back, and we are ready to kick off the match here with the Triangle Samurai. So let me just coordinate one more time, make sure that they're clear to start, and I will start this map. Again, this is a control map, so the intent is to take control of the point, which is a centralized location positioned between both teams' spawn points, and then hold that point until your team reaches 100%. All right, so let's go ahead and start this match. All right, this is our Horde Silver team's first official scrimmage and our last scrimmage until we actually get into the gameplay for the season. Next week is our round 1. So right now we're starting at the point. Let's zip on over here to the spawn point. All right, so here you see where there will be the, looks like the warrior spawn point. And then we'll zip on over here. You can see this is the central control point. Right here is a control point, and then this is the spawn point for the other team all the way over here. So as with control, the intent is to get to the point as fast as possible. So you're going to see the faster Horde members, which looks like who's some of our faster team members, or maybe our Hanzo, our Moira, even the Reinhardt can get a burst of power in order to get to the point as quickly as possible. So we're going to take a look up here, get to the point, see how both teams converge. We also be cycling between players throughout the match, watching them as they battle out. So let's see what we got here. Looks like we're pushing forward a little bit deliberately. I would expect us to push a little bit quicker because it really is critical you're first on that point. We do have Moira doing a good job getting in there, laying fires on the other team. And it looks like they've got a Lucio in there. So Lucio is a fast character, but he is a support character and probably doesn't want to be there on the point. Wants to be held back. So here you see CNH Horde 3, which is... Guapo, so that's Josiah, and a good push. You see the Reinhardt did a nice, good surge move, push the characters back. They are free ranging a little bit. The point is to capture the point. So the rest of the team's doing a good job. You got Reinhardt out there, which is fine every once in a while to push forward to the point, be disruptive, but you really want to set up a good defensive posture against the enemy's push. So it looks like the enemy is trying to take this left flanking position. You see them coming up here. They're going to set up on top of this point. They have a Bastion set up, really dangerous weapon. He's going to set up and just shoot down on the point. So that Bastion is a very dangerous character, and the Horde just let him take that top position, and then they moved in on the point. So definitely something you want to be cognizant of. You want to watch where that Bastion is, because if he sets up in a favorable position like that, he's tough to clear out. So hopefully the Horde notices that. Hopefully they take this left flanking position, and then they can get in here behind this Bastion. Those Bastions are pretty easy to take out if you get good positioning on them. So we'll see what the intent is. Looks like we've got somebody dropping in and is attacking that Bastion, and they do take it out pretty quickly. So good job by the Horde responding to that Bastion positioning. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of the characters we got here. All right, so here we have a look at Rissa. That's CNH Horde number 2. That is Jackson setting up, doing a good job, taking out one of the warrior positions. Let's check out, this is number 2. So this is Reinhardt. So this is El Guapo, which is Josiah. All right, number 3, CNH Horde 4 is Ethan, Agent Tech. So he's doing a good job getting back in the fight. They set that Bastion up there at the top again, and we did a good job eliminating it. So Ethan's going to drop down into the fight. Looks like he's going to try to take on this Diva, and they take it out with the help of Reinhardt. So very good job. Let's go ahead and jump on to number 4. This is Mellow Maniac. So this is Cameron. Jumping over to number 5. I'm sorry, this is 5. This is Ash Plays Over. So Ash Plays Over is Declan. And number 6, we got Moira. So Moira is Little Fire, who's number 8 in. So let's get back out and take a look at how the battle's progressing. All right, and the Horde does have 95%. Moira's done a good job taking out that Diva. The Diva's trying to get away. Looks like we got Ethan running after him, and the objective is secured by the Horde. So the Horde did a good job. The Samurai did a really good job trying to take a hold of that high point, put that position in place, put that Bastion into position. The Horde did a really good job identifying them setting up there and taking them out as quickly as they can before they could take over the match. All right, so let's go back to the broader view here. Let's take a look at the map. So this control point, we'll zip on over to it here. All right, so this is the control point here. As you can see, we got a giant circle in the middle. You can really get booped into that and get knocked off the map. So you got to be really cognizant of that. So let's take a look at the Warriors, which way they're going to come in. Looks like they're coming straight on, trying to get to that point. Let's take a look over here at the Horde. The Horde is already at the point. So it takes a while for that point to unlock. So initially it's just a battle, a war of attrition to see if you can stay alive long enough and defeat the enemy. You can see that the Wake Forest Warriors are fighting right around that little circle. Again, it's easily to get knocked into. Looks like we got a couple of the Horde members knocked out. So the Warriors are doing a good job setting up and securing the point. Particularly on this point, really good defensive position is to hold in this area here. So I'm sure we'll see as the battle progresses, more people holding this position here. You can see some of the Horde members are fighting back in. Looks like they're kind of held at this little choke here. Let's see how they decide to attack this point. So it looks like we're kind of content to kind of sit back, kind of snipe at them for a little bit. And here comes the Horde. We got the Ryan leading the charge. He sets up a shield. Ryan is a great weapon to send in because he does have such a powerful shield. Allows you to take position. Looks like he's going after that Bastion. If you take out that Bastion, that's a key part of their defense. Now he really opens up the rest of the battlefield. All right, so we got a Moira in there. We got kind of little battles taking place all over the place, some skirmishes. Looks like Hanzo released his ultimate. Unfortunately, it looks like it was kind of angled down and went down the pit. So we got Moira over here that's engaging her ultimate. We got their Reinhardt, the Samurai Reinhardt, chasing them down. Looks like a one-on-one battle. Let's follow this, see how this progresses, and the Moira escapes. It gets taken out. So the good news is that the Horde has taken the point back. We are currently controlling the point. Looks like we're going to set up for the Samurai's push. So it looks like they're coming straight on. Looks like we set back. If we set back in this little cove here, it gives us a good defensive position. But looks like we're content to kind of stay out, fight the fight in the open ground. As long as we control the point, if we hide in this nook, make the enemy come to us, make sure they don't control the point. It really typically winds up being a good defensive position. But looks like we're doing a good job defending this small choke point here. Looks like they keep coming through here. 1-on-1. Reinhardt did release his ultimate. Did take out, knock down a few of our players, but we were able to take him out. And right now they're kind of sending people piecemeal, one by one, which is not how Overwatch works. You really need to mash your fires. You really need to have the strategic advantage of having all your characters there to support each other as they push. So the more the Horde's able to actively disrupt them, to push them back one by one, the better they're going to be able to hold that point. They are taking the fight a little bit to the Triangle Samurai, which sometimes works out, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you get a little bit too far ahead of yourself and you lose sight of the control point and the enemy can sweep in and sometimes take it from you. So it looks like we're doing a good job kind of falling back. Again, setting up good strategic positioning. Let's take a look at some of our players. So here you have our Orisa doing a good job setting up. Orisa is Jackson. So here you see Jackson. Again, as a tank, you kind of want to stay back a little bit. You want to put that good suppressive fire down. Hold back the enemy from advancing too much on the point. All right, here you have Reinhardt. This is Josiah. Reinhardt Diva battle. And the Horde takes the point and the map. So that is a victory for the Hanover Horde. Excellent job. They did a really good job. The point of control is to take the point, hold the point, set up good defensive positioning, and repel the enemy's advances. So they did exactly what they needed to do. That map here, you see the player of the game. So this was in that Bastion initially set up. This is from the Samurai with the player of the game. That Bastion, you can see how deadly it is. Unfortunately, it's super vulnerable, and the Horde did a good job taking that out after that first time he did the team wipe on us. So excellent job setting up. We're going to set up for the second map. That gives us a 1-0 advantage over the Samurai. So let me update the scoreboard to reflect that. All right, there we go. And we'll be right back moving into the next match here shortly. All right, welcome back, everybody. We are setting up for our second map of the match today. Just waiting for to hear from the other team that they're good to go. So again, the Horde took out the win. We took 2 points, which in control of a best of 3 that wins you the map. And that gives us a point. So again, we play both within the maps as best of 3, and both in the match as best of 3. So if we win the next one, we win the match, and it's considered a victory this week for the Hanover Horde. So we are moving on to Leising Tower, which is a map that we've played pretty often. We've played Control very often, so we should be really familiar. Again, just waiting for the other team to give me the heads up that they're ready to go. Let me message them real quick. And then hopefully we'll kick this off because we got a match with Franklin. Our Hanover Heroes team has a match with Franklin starting at 4:30, so we definitely want a little time to get set up for that. So let me see if they are ready. And but just a good showing. We actually did have a player drop out of the match, accidentally hit the power button on the computer, so it took a little while for him to get back in there. Once he came back in, he was a real difference maker. All right, so we're going to kick into the next match. Let me get this thing started. All right, here we go. All right, so like I said, this is Leising Tower. We are taking on the Triangle Samurai. So this is a silver team game. All right, so let's take a look at where these spawn points are. So here you see the spawn point for the one team. Over here at this, looks like some type of hovercraft. And then on the other side of the point, so there we see the point, is the spawn point at this craft on the other one. So here's coming together. They'll be given, I think, 30 seconds or so to assemble their team, and then they'll fight over this point right here. So as you can see, it's a pretty tight point, a lot of angles, some significant choke points coming across this bridge right here. So let's take a look at the Warriors. Let's see what kind of lineup the Warriors have. Looks like they're setting up with the Bastion again. So the hero or the Horde definitely has to be cognizant of that Bastion. They got a Moira, a Reaper, a Lucio, and a Orisa. So let's take a look over at the Hanover Horde. Hanover Horde is running a Hanzo, a Baptiste, a Moira, a Genji, Reinhardt. All right, and here they come. You can see that Reinhardt's making a really good move, really good quick push. That's critically important in these control points to get to the point and hold them off. Let's see how the Samurai are coming across. Looks like they're taking this bridge across. Looks like they're a little slow getting to the point. So the Horde should be able to set up a position on the point or close to the point. I can hear the Hanzo putting down fires. All right, so let's watch it from this angle. Looks like they're trying to set their Bastion up top on the high ground here, but doesn't look like he has a good angle. So that Bastion's going to work his way back around. So the Horde has activated the point, and they are starting to build their percentage. Hanzo's at a really good position. They got Genji up here. It looks like they do have their Bastion set up support by fire, and looks like they're trying to flank from the rear side. The Reinhardt is there to meet them and take out their Moira, which is critical. You take out their support elements. It's really hard for them to succeed. They do have a Bastion set up, so it's really important that the Hanover Horde gets in on that Bastion, gets it taken out. You can see how deadly it is, just laying down fires, taking out 3 of the Horde members. All right, so it looks like they did take the point. Again, the Hanover Horde needs to identify where that Bastion is and immediately come up with a plan to take it out, because he is one of the most deadly weapons on the battlefield. However, in tight combat, he is very weak and is pretty easy to take out if you do get a couple quick hits on him. But they did repel that push. The Hanover Horde needs to get together. We got a Lucio in there. Probably not a good spot for Lucio to be in there. He is contesting the point, doing a good job keeping them from earning percentages. So that's a good job. But they, again, that Bastion's in a good position, able to lay down fires. You can see, kind of taking us out. So we need to amass fires, try a different flanking maneuver so that Bastion isn't as capable, and work our way on getting in there. So the Horde is able to take some damage, and with a team push, take out the take out the Samurai. So they did take control of the point. We are now earning percentages again. So back up 40%, 41, and we've equalized the battlefield. We're both at 45% currently. So good job, Horde. Let's see which way they decide to come in. Looks like they tried a onesie-twosie attack. They are coming, flanking across this bridge. Let's see if the Horde calls it out, identifies, and able to get that Bastion quickly. You can see the Bastion just raining fire. You can't match a Bastion fire for fire. We were able to take him out there, though, so good job. Looks like they have a Mercy that was trying to resurrect him, but the Genji comes up. That's Ethan, comes up from behind and takes him out. So excellent job. We are at 69%. The Horde is doing a good job. Let's see if they continue to try to flank from this right bridge position. So it looks like they're coming across again. So the Horde needs to identify these tendencies and set up good defensive positions against that. Looks like they've trained for that. Get to that Bastion early. Take that Bastion out. They do, and they do a good job. Now we can absolutely repel this push. Take out that team. You see, they did have our Orisa taken out, but it was resurrected. Looks like their Mercy is down. So excellent job by the Horde. It looks like we've identified that they are going to continue to push to the right side. Looks like we had an ultimate. Hanzo released his ultimate, and we take the point. So Samurai did a good job initially. They positioned in there. They pushed in there. They did a really good job pushing through, setting up that Bastion. But the Horde masked their fires. They worked together. They pushed hard through the objective and took out the enemy. So excellent job. All right, so this is the second point on this map that we will fight. All right, so here you see where the Horde will come from. Looks like we're operating off the same lineup. So most likely come through this area here, through the threshold. All right, and here we see a point. So let's take a high view. Let's get up here high. Let's see how the teams come into the point here. So there is some significant choke points here. You see we've already kind of shooting fires. Let's see. Looks like the Horde, again, is first to the point. So really critical in these control matches. You're first to the point. And looks like the fighting is going to take place in the point. Looks like they got their Lucio there quickly, but he was all by himself. So situations like that, sometimes it's good to try to hold the point and take the point. But if you find yourself by yourself, 6 against 1, the odds are never in your favor in that situation. So the Horde's doing a good job here. They've masked up. They're trying to identify. I'm sure they're in there communicating. I can't hear them. But here they see excellent choke point. So if the Horde sets up here and they continue to try to push through here, excellent choke point position. You can see they've got very few angles of fire when they come through these angles. So they have set up their Bastion. Their Bastion's going to try to push in. He's going to set up right here at the entrance. So the Horde needs to identify that. The Reinhardt goes in and takes out the Bastion. So excellent charge by that Reinhardt. That's really critical. Call out that Bastion and take them out. Looks like the Mercy tried to resurrect that Bastion, but the Horde did an excellent job taking them out. So it looks like they've tried to set up on the high ground over here. The Horde should be content to kind of stay back and make them come to them. We definitely don't want to free range too much. You get outside, particularly in control. You want to hang on to that point. We're kind of moving our fight outside of our protected space, but we're doing a good job picking them off one by one. Now, that's what you got to be careful of when you free range too much. Is somebody like a Tracer or a quick enemy can sneak behind you and take the point. So particularly at this level of play, it's really important. You kind of stay disciplined. Sometimes it's fun to go out and free range, but it's not the best strategic advantage. So stay back, play smart, play conservative, identify when they come. If you've got a great defensive position, which the Horde has right here, you don't want to free range too much beyond that area. So here they come, pushing with the Orisa. Looks like they switched up to a Wrecking Ball. Wrecking Ball is a good tight quarters type of character. He can quickly get in a situation. We did a good job kind of repelling his advance. Again, as long as we keep him to the outside, here you see this Bastion set up. Has a decent angle, but only a partial angle. Genji comes in, and Genji comes in with a kill. Nice. You got to take the fight to the Bastion. So that was Ethan with the Genji. Excellent job, guys. And the Horde takes the second point, and that will be the match with Lijiang Tower. So just excellent job by the Horde. Great team. Let's see who our player of the game is. And our player is a game is that Reinhardt. I think with that great push he had against the Bastion, even though that's not going to get him player of the game, that was just an excellent charge, really critical point for the team. There you see he took one out with the charge. 2, 3, 4. He knocked him off the edge. So really good charge here. Amazing job by the Horde. And that will be a victory for the Horde today. Really exciting match. The Samurai, a good, well-matched team, did a really good job massing the fires and pushing up on us. But in a normal game, that would be it. And I think that's going to be it for us for the Hanover Horde, our silver team, because we got to quickly transition over to our next match. Otherwise, we might play another one. So, but really good job for the Hanover Horde silver team today. Really took the fight to them, called out where those bastions were. Really proud of this team today. They played like a team, and it really showed. So we're going to take a quick break. If you want to stick around with us, we're going to come back. We're going to have our Hanover Heroes taking on the Franklin Knights. So it should be a good match. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm not gonna rep it. It doesn't matter at all.
Esports is a multi-billion-dollar industry. We're taking that and we're delivering it to elementary and middle school kids.
Yo, you guys are getting pretty wrecked right now. Dad, all right, push up with me. Push up with me.
We're bridging the gap between conventional athletics and competitive gaming. We have kids working on the same technology that the pros are training to improve their skills.
When did you lose? When did you lose? Why did you lose? Like the games that you lost, why did you lose?
Through a partnership with the Positive Coaching Alliance, our coaches go through a double goal certification. They learn not only how to work through the strategies of the different games they're playing, but they also work through how to impact these kids' lives in a positive way. They get to mark and highlight behaviors and attributes that will lead to long-term life skills.
You love being Battle Mercy.
Yes, Battle Mercy.
No, it's not. Why don't you tell us your favorite move that Mercy does?
So what brought me to XP League is the experience of my children. I had always hoped and wanted them to be a part of a youth athletics team. So I realized they all love competitive gaming. So why not marry their passion with what I'm hoping for them to learn and achieve and put healthy, solid values in place in something that the kids want to do and are excited about doing.
Yes, Boot
Experience points. Every game awards experience points. And what we built here is an experience. Professional level equipment, the top tier partners in esports. They're also getting the experience of sportsmanship values, of working with mentors and coaches, and of being part of the team. It's all about the experience.
I need you. Oh, nice. Go. Group in now. Push in. We don't have to dead. Good game. Good.
All right, welcome back. We are getting set up for the next match. I'm going to go ahead and stop this stream, and we're going to start a new one. So if you're here for the Hanover Heroes taking on the Franklin team, go ahead and jump off. We're going to start another stream for that just here in a couple minutes. Thanks, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the match.